right, Dr. Fraser Horn here with Sports Vision Pros. I am here with...
My name is Gary Cullinane. I am a PhD student here in the Nutrition Research Centre, Ireland, but I'm also a Gaelic sports player and a hurling player too.
Yeah, so you heard Gary talk about Gaelic athletics and hurling. And, you know, as many of you know, I just moved to Ireland with my family to start an optometry program out here in Waterford, which is a great place. And I found out about this sport called hurling. And it's this national pastime in Ireland. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what is hurling?
So hurling is a field sport. It's actually famous for being the fastest field sport played on grass. So we play with a hurley, which is this, a piece of wood, and a slitter, which is similar to a baseball. And essentially the goal of the objective is we have a goal which has a net in the bottom and two upright posts. We score the ball by, if we hit the ball into the net, we get 3 points. We hit the ball between the two posts, we get 1. And it's essentially whoever scores the most at the end of the game. But it's a sport that demands, a lot of visual function. Catching the ball, striking the ball off your left or right, catching above the head, on the ground, passing to your teammates. So, very visually dominant sport.
It's fun. We were watching Gary and our colleagues hitting the ball around, or the slitter around, and watching how they, receive the pass, because you'll receive it in a certain way where you take it off the paddle or the hurley, right? Yeah. And then you'll immediately catch it. Now, what happens when you catch it? What do you do after that?
The first thing you're always taught, like in most sports, is when you receive the ball, you get your head up and you look. So like that, when the ball is coming to me, my first thought is, okay, first thing I need to do is control the ball. So my primary focus is on either catching or taking a touch and getting the ball into my hand. But once I've secured possession, my next thing is I'm up, I'm looking around, I'm scanning the pitch, I'm taking in what's around me. I'm looking for a teammate to pass, I'm seeing if I can score. Just being aware and understanding my surroundings and my environment.
So when you're looking around and you just start running, do you just run the whole time, or do you have to do something?
No, so we've got 4 steps and we've 2 catches of possession. So I receive possession, there's my first catch. I can take my 4 steps, but after 4 steps, I have to play the ball. So that could be a pass to my teammate, but what I can also do is I can keep going myself, which we call soloing, which would be essentially I have my hurley, I have my ball, I put my ball on my hurley, and I can take as many steps as I want with my ball on the hurley here. Problem is, you're going to have people coming in to tackle you, knock the ball away, knock it out. So you don't, it can be quite difficult to run with the ball on your hurley. You can be dispossessed quite quickly.
Right.
So I'll take my second catch. Now I have to play a pass. I can put it back on my hurley, but the ball can't go back into my hand. So then you're trying to strike off the hurley, hand pass off the hurley, find a pass. You can't keep possession. I suppose that's what adds to the speed of the game, is that the ball has to change hands so quickly. You can't hold on to the ball for too long before you have to move it on to someone else. So constant challenges in trying to keep possession.
Yeah. No, it's fascinating. So, as eye doctors and eye professionals, our job is to figure out what are the visual demands of the sport. So that way we can help our patients who enjoy this amazing game. So when I'm watching, I'm thinking about a lot of it is, eye-hand, eye-body, eye-foot coordination, because you'll kick the ball at times too, right? When you're in that little scrum almost.
Yeah.
There's an anticipation for when the ball comes too. Timing's a huge piece of it. Depth perception, balance. So all these pieces are really critical. And these are all things that we can do in the optometry office. In our primary care setting, doing comprehensive eye exam, maximize visual acuity, contrast sensitivity, eye-hand reaction time, depth perception, all of those. So. One question for you. Can you go pro in this?
So there is different grades of playing levels.
Yeah.
There is no professional players.
Yeah.
It's a completely amateur sport where no players receive any professional contracts. No one is paid to play. It's something that you have people in this country say, oh, they should be compensated for, their time. They should be paid. But for a lot of us that play, it's about representing your community, representing your families, representing where you're from. Like for me, I represent my club at Passage East, so that's who my father played for. It's who I'll play for. It's hopefully who the future generations of my family will play for. You can also represent your county. So you've got your local community, and then on a bigger scale, you've got your county. So Waterford is where we are now. So Waterford have a senior hurling team that pulls from the best players within this county to represent on an inter-county level, where the likes of Waterford will play against Cork and Limerick in Munster Championship. They'll also play against each other in an All-Ireland series, which involves, teams like Dublin, Galway from Connacht, and even some teams from the north of Ireland too. Essentially, you'll have your club players, which are, you could say, your semi-elite athletes, and your elite athletes then would be considered your inter-county players.
It's fascinating, the amount of pride that is within this country in general. I think Irish are very proud of their heritage, and if you look at the hurling aspect, there is such a huge amount of pride within representing your county, and I think also there's a joy that you bring to all the community here when you represent your club, but also your county. So it's pretty fun. So what I would say is, take a look on like YouTube. You can look in the States. John Boy Media does a lot of highlights within hurling, and also you at RTE will post some of this stuff, post some of sport. Any other places where people can find out more about hurling?
No, I think RTE and YouTube are probably your best bets. That's where you'll see the highlights, and you'll see a lot of the games there too. So that's probably your best bet.
Yeah, we want to give you a little insight on hurling because it's just a fascinating sport. If you haven't looked at it yet, please take a look at it, get to know more, and hey, best of luck with all the games.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.